Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers comprehensive auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus, benefits like 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim, through the repair process, to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Visit EnduranceWarranty.com for your fast free quote today. That's EnduranceWarranty.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers comprehensive auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus, benefits like 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim, through the repair process, to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Visit EnduranceWarranty.com for your fast free quote today. That's EnduranceWarranty.com.
This is a podcast from Minute Media.
Warning, the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, kiddies. This is yours duly, John Kassir, the voice of The Crypt Keeper. And you're listening to Slasher Radio.
All right, you guys ready? Ready. Welcome to
Ready for what?
You did it on purpose, you son of a bitch.
You don't like it, do you?
Do it on purpose. Welcome to Slasher Radio. My name is... This is getting ridiculous now. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. My name is Bones, joined by Rob and Kat, as you guys have heard already. Come on, guys.
Hello. How you doing?
Hey there.
This is not a good week.
No?
Oh.
No.
What, something happened?
Is it because I said oi?
No, I don't mind the oil. It was the placement of the oil. But no, the Patreon pick week.
Oh, yeah. Luckily, this will be quick because I don't have much on this movie. I mean, maybe you guys can draw some conversation out of me on it, but got to be honest, there's not a whole lot to say.
I opened up a couple more reviews than average because I foresaw that might be a problem we had this week.
Oh yeah, I forgot to look for trivia. I guess I could do that while we're doing
There's
this.
like one piece of trivia, I think.
Oh, good. Be a good one.
Any of our new listeners, this is where we, our members of the Patreon, get to propose and vote for the movie that we watch every week, or every month rather, one time a month. We got some evil bitches on our Patreon. Very spiteful, very mean. They like to torture us. They like to see us in pain.
They like to spread the misery. I've got a horror court for EyeRChris.
Oh, wow.
I saw
Ballsy.
a tweet today, and it was I think it was another podcast. They were asking for recommendations for Thanksgiving horror, and I, being like a nice person that wants to recommend, better movies, I pointed out that I watch Grindhouse this time every year, and Chris saw my reply, got on there, and started promoting Thankskilling 2 to Thankskilling 3 to strangers, and
Wait.
it's like they're not. What, you know what you're doing? Don't do this.
All right, yeah. First of all, is Grindhouse Thanksgiving related?
Yeah, kind of. So it's a stretch, but it's by far the best Thanksgiving horror movie, so you kind of have to take that stretch.
How is it? I don't even get how.
In between the two segments, they have like all the trailers.
The fake trailers. Okay, yeah, and there's Thanksgiving. Yeah, okay.
So I get that it's a stretch, but
Yeah.
it's like leaps and bounds above the other Thanksgiving horror
what the other horror movies are. I always think of Your Next as Thanksgiving horror, but it's not.
It's
I
not
don't
really.
Know, I don't know why in my mind I think of it as a Thanksgiving, because I don't think it is at all. I think, aren't they getting together for like a wedding anniversary or something?
Yeah, something.
What are the other good? There aren't a lot of good Thanksgiving movies in general.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a handful. Like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is amazing.
Right, but it's not a horror movie.
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, horror
you
movies.
can't really
I'm just talking about movies in general, Thanksgiving movies. There's one like called Home for the Holidays, I think. It's got Robert Downey Jr. in it. That is a pretty good Thanksgiving movie. But there aren't many. And as far as Thanksgiving horror, I mean, what you got? Pilgrim?
I thought about recommending Pilgrim, and then it's like, do I even like Pilgrim?
No, you don't.
Not really.
I've
It's
seen it.
better than a lot of
Well-
Thanksgiving selections, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend it.
Yeah, Pilgrim, and then the Thanksgiving movies, and I don't know that there are any others I can think of. Thanksgiving
couldn't
gets
think of
overshadowed by Christmas.
It does. A
problem.
lot of people skip right from Halloween to Christmas.
Yeah.
They forget. I think the entire purpose of Thanksgiving is to have a buffer period,
Right.
but people don't seem to want to have it.
No,
so
no. Fucking Halloween's starting to get overshadowed by Santa Claus's fat ass.
It's getting out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I think that's the problem with this. Right in between two big ones.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like I think it's one thing to make us watch these movies, because we, there are patrons.
They get to torture us.
They have a home here, whether we like
Yeah.
it or not. But like, don't just go recommending these movies willy-nilly to people. Even if it had been Thankskilling, that's an entirely different ballpark. But it was very specifically Thankskilling 3, which is
Yeah.
why it's a horror court. I will say though, in Chris's defense, he did admit what he was doing when I called him out on it. I was like, I can't recommend this to unsuspecting people, and he admitted that he didn't have a problem doing that to unsuspecting people. But
Yeah, I think all three of us can agree Chris is a dick.
and this is your prize, Chris. You get your own horror court today.
Yeah.
That's a ballsy move, hardcore Chris, man. But no, Chris is always aware of what he's doing. Chris is never up to. It's very rare that Chris is up to any good.
Yeah.
But he usually 99% of the time knows, fully aware of what he's doing.
Here's the thing about Chris. When you first meet Chris, or you first start dealing with Chris, you're like, oh, he's just a simpleton. Right? That's what you think, right? Everybody thought that, right? But it turns out he's not a simpleton. He's actually quite intelligent. He's just a fucking evil genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, don't buy into that. Don't all that slow, simple stuff that he tries. Not.
Did he try slow, simple stuff with you, Mikey?
No, he told
I don't
me
know
to
what's
watch
going
the
on
Hatchet
here.
movies. That was my encounter with Chris, and that's what it was. Like, I was like, oh man, this guy, he really likes horror, man. He knows his shit. And then you start really like, you find he knows his shit a little too well.
So am I the only one that thought he was a dummy?
I guess, yeah.
Because I was like, oh, he's special. That's all right. Well, a little pat on the head, and you're good, yeah, Chris. All right, yeah, those are good movies. And then I found out, found out what's up with him.
Kind of how I felt when I met you. I was like, oh, he seems like a cool guy. Rob's a good guy.
I am a cool guy.
Here we are making fun of me for being Italian every day.
I am the coolest guy. I just wanted to real quick shout out, our buddy Rich has got a show.
Yes.
He does.
That he just started, and it's I gave the first. 2 episodes are out. I listened to both of them, and I feel confident that I can give it the stamp of approval. So check out Rich's podcast. It's called The Horror of It All, and it's good. It's a good show.
It is a good. I've had almost a full week since the last time we talked about this, and I've still only listened to the pilot.
Okay.
I can't stay caught up. I have to be 1 episode behind on all podcasts at all time.
That's okay. It's nice to know. It's nice to let Rich know who his real friends are.
I haven't listened to the second episode either. I listened to the first one, and I agree. Rich, he it's fun. He's a good time. Definitely let's check out Rich.
So, Rich, I might fuck around and call you Rick and everything, but apparently I like you better than both Mikey and Kat.
I don't think that was ever in question, though.
Yeah. Well, his co-host is pretty cool guy too. Seems like. I don't remember that dude's name, but I'm not a big fan of yours, buddy. Great show. Check it out. I said it on This Horror Life. I'll say it here too. The Horror of It All is a great title for a show, and I'm kind of pissed I didn't come up with it.
Yeah,
it is a good title.
Yeah, good show. Good show. Check it out.
And he's been planning to do it for a while too, Rich. So he's put this thought put into this.
Yeah.
Man with a plan. I like it.
Yeah. And Rich, if I can give you one piece of podcasting advice, it would be don't give Chris any kind of control over your show at all.
Yeah, if you haven't gotten that already while listening to Slasher Radio.
And This Horror Life. There was chaos over there when Chris was You know, that wasn't Chris's fault, though.
No, it wasn't.
Be fair.
It wasn't. My computer ate it.
It just so happened it was him.
Yep.
Chaos follows him whether he means it or not. He's like a cloud, dude. You know in the cartoons where the rain cloud follows someone? That's Chris.
Yeah, but he chose it this week.
Oh, yeah.
100% chose it this week. And I think Kat was perfectly within her rights to horror court him, and I believe that we all find him guilty as charged. And I don't know what his sentence is, but whatever.
That's kind of the problem with horror recording him, is because it's like, you know that he wants the criticism. We're just kind of playing into his hands at this point.
Yeah.
But what can we do?
Yeah. And plus, Chris does seem like the type of guy that'll, just willingly bend over, look back, and call you daddy. So it's like, what are you really going to do? You know what I mean? There's nothing we can do. He won't care. I would like to also, I have a horror court really quick. And this is the first. But I'm going to horror court myself.
Oh. Guilty as charged.
I agree.
No, what did you do?
Nah, before you lock me up and throw away the key. I felt a little bad that I didn't do anything for Rob for his birthday.
Okay.
And you know what, Rob? I feel like I should be horror courted for that. And I did reach out to a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Who also, by the way, is now in negotiations of where he's gonna be a guest early next year on the show.
Okay. I'm scared of this. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
What's the matter?
I don't know.
He's afraid it's David Howard Thornton again somehow. About to roast him for Halloween Ends.
Yeah, tell me you sit in a corner again.
Yeah, he got attacked by Art the Clown. Not many people could say that,
I know.
But no, I reached out to a gentleman and I told him your birthday had recently passed, and we were just talking about you a little bit, and I asked him if he would send a message for you, and he obliged.
All right.
What's going on, guys? CJ Graham, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. Your favorite, if I'm not mistaken, franchise? Oh, wait a minute. A little birdie told me that Rob is starting to lean towards Halloween. Really? Well, let me explain that this, Rob. Real men use a machete, not an Outback steak knife. Machete, Outback steak knife. Real men. Friday the 13th franchise. Appreciate you.
Wow, he didn't say anything about your birthday at all.
No, but that's still amazing.
That's pretty
cool.
good.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
How do you feel about that, Rob?
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. I appreciate it.
Well,
and yeah,
and we learned something about real men.
That's
Real
right.
men.
That's right. I didn't. I never really thought about that, but he is right. If you're going to use a weapon, it should be a machete. It's much better. And of course, he plays Jason in the greatest of all the Friday the 13th films, Part 6.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
An Outback steak knife.
Yeah, an Outback steak knife. Yeah,
What a way to put it.
I don't know if we talked about this on the show or if I even told you guys about the terrible steak I had at Outback recently.
You did.
Yeah. Oh my God, what the fuck are they doing?
You did.
I had a really good steak there just like a week ago, but I did have to wait like an hour and a half because the staff forgot that we existed.
Yeah, but you get yours well done, so it wasn't good. There's no way.
Absolutely.
It was amazing.
Like you could just order any cut of steak and it'll all taste the same.
That's terrible. I still can't get over that cat. I don't understand.
But CJ Graham, wow, that's cool. And
He
yeah, I mean,
shamed
who
you.
knows? Yeah, he did. But I thought a little bit actually about this week, not even knowing that this was going to happen. But and I think maybe part of the reason that I've started to lean that Halloween direction a little bit is because we've been getting new Halloween films and we haven't heard shit from Jason for so long. But now we've got a TV show coming up.
And you've just heard shit from Jason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe once we hopefully start getting some new Friday the 13th content, then that'll set things right.
Now you see how I feel.
Nightmare
on Elm Street, we haven't seen anything, and the last we seen was terrible. Scream's been doing its thing.
Yeah, they're just out there lost in the woods on Nightmare. Like, I don't think they have any idea what they're doing with that.
Yeah, at least you guys have a reason. Oh, that's another thing too. A long intro segment. Did you guys see? I don't know if you've seen. I think I tagged you in it, Rob. Even EyeRChris. Speaking of Chris, he went with Art the Clown over Jason.
I saw that.
How do you feel about that, fellow?
Well, I mean, shame on you, Chris. I mean, we could really what I think this show is going to turn into is how Chris is a terrible person, and and I'm okay with that. But yeah, shame on you, Chris, for Art. I mean, really, you'll be a fan of Fart the Clown.
He brought up a good point, man. Because I was in shock. Everybody who follows this show and keeps up with us on Twitter, Chris is known for being the Jason guy.
Yeah,
and to hear that, I was in shock. And yeah, he brought up the same thing you said, man. Terrifier 2 is really good, and
yeah.
Well, you didn't say that, but
no, I didn't. I did not.
But no Friday the 13th, and how long?
Yeah, I've watched Terrifier 2 3 times now, and I've liked it less every time. Friday the 13th. Once the content starts rolling again, which hopefully will be soon, then I think, I'll be right back on board, right where I was before. That's my guess.
I don't know,
but we'll see. And yeah, thank you, Mikey, for reaching out to CJ Graham. That was awesome.
You're very welcome. And
even if he talked shit about me.
Yeah, he didn't mention your birthday at all. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's all right.
How that happened. But yeah, CJ Graham, that was very nice. But thank you very much, CJ. We got a pretty packed show. We just went through 2 hardcores. We have a new segment to get to. Gabagool crap, drink roll call,
drink
and
roll
a Patreon
call. Yeah.
pick.
Yeah. You guys want to do drink roll call? Get that out of the way real fast.
Yeah, I'll let you yell at me.
What are you drinking? Pink lemonade?
No, I'm drinking Ciroc in a can. My Sunset Citrus Spritzer.
Oh, the spritzer. All right.
Ciroc
when you drink those, do you put your pinky out?
No. Look, I have one more. It was in the fridge. I do have my Delta 9, so I'm enjoying that. And I just wanted a little something, so it's perfect.
Yeah. All right. Kat, what about you?
I've just got Dr. Pepper.
All right.
You didn't pour nothing in it?
No, I was having wine all night and I got sleepy.
Yeah, that happens.
So now I'm having caffeine.
Yeah, that happens. I have from a local brewery called Quaffon Brewing Company. I have this. I've talked a lot about beers as being like my go-to beer or whatever in certain situations. But if you had to ask me like what's my favorite beer, it would be Busted Knuckle from Quaffon Brewing. It's a porter, and 'tis the season for those darker beers now. So I am drinking Busted Knuckle tonight.
Nice.
You are such a man's man in certain ways. Like, how do you know so much about beer?
I love beer. You don't like beer?
I mean, not really. You called it a porter? Like, you even know the
it's
term?
A porter.
My God.
Yeah, it's a porter. Porters are my favorites. They're not quite as heavy and as dark as stouts. but they're, sort of that next step down from a stout. And I do enjoy a good stout every now and then too. Like a stout would be like a Guinness.
You are the most interesting son of a bitch I've ever come across in life, Mr. Humphrey.
I keep telling you that.
It's not always good. All right, let's get into the news.
It's time to hump the news with Rob Humphrey.
He's not a genius.
Evil Dead the game will be available for free for a limited time on Epic Game Store. I believe that's starting November 17th. So not really much to talk about there, but just figured, anybody who's been I talk shit about the game, and if it's free, you should grab it. Give it a try. It might be for you, but Rob, you gonna get it?
No, probably not.
It's free, dude.
I know, but I don't have the Epic Game Store. Then you got to fuck with all that. I'm not doing all that.
Make an account and download it.
Yeah, no, it's too much.
All right. Fair enough.
But because I know I'm never gonna play it, so why get it?
Like I said in Cat 2, they do have, it's for free. They do have an offline mode to where you can play against bots and stuff. It is challenging. It's not. I've mentioned about Friday the 13th where like the bots are completely dumb and run into walls and in and out of windows. This is a very challenging offline mode.
Yeah, but that kind of made Friday the 13th fun because I could just catch them and kill them. Which is all I wanted to do in that game anyway.
You're so bad at everything.
I'm terrible at that game. I'm awful at it.
The game's fun. Wednesday. That's the name of the movie, not the day of the week. They're showing off a bunch of the characters that you're going to be seeing in there. I cannot wait for this movie. Coming out November 23rd on Netflix. What do you guys think?
I think it's a weird time to release it, November 23rd. It makes me wonder why they tried to avoid that October window.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. We were talking about Thanksgiving movies earlier. There is Addams Family Values.
Yes.
Maybe they're releasing it around Thanksgiving on purpose.
They always have, to be fair. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't. I didn't like the Addams Family movies, so I've only seen them once.
Oh,
it's not very good.
They're amazing. You
rewatch them. Tell me it's not nostalgia. Rewatch them and tell me it's not nostalgia. Making you say that.
I've watched them in the last year or two. I like them. They are very good movies.
No, you have terrible taste. Everybody knows that.
Just slip that right in there, Kat. It's unbelievable. Okay. Jenny Ortega, though, like from what I've seen, she is fucking awesome in this.
She looks. She's the reason why I'm thinking I'm gonna watch it, but not enthusiastically.
I'll watch it, but I don't expect it to be as good as the Monsters.
It's still weird to hear. Like it throws my equilibrium off a little bit. Hearing Rob. All right. Well, feel how you feel about it. Jenny Ortega looks like she's gonna fucking kill it. So
yeah, she's been really good. She was great in X. She was in Studio 666, but she barely at all.
Scream, man, come on now.
Oh yeah, she was in Five Cream, wasn't she?
Amazing. Five Cream.
Yeah, she was good in that too.
It's not Five Cream. No. You're not gonna fucking say Five Cream.
Is she gonna be in Five Cream Part 2?
Ignoring you.
Yes.
Or Six Cream?
Yes.
It's weird that they gave that movie two names.
What do you mean? No, they didn't give it two names. I'm trying to read subject. Why do you keep trying to slip things in on me?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Pennywise, the story of it. Apparently, there's going to be a VHS release.
All right. Well, then, it seems like a poor business model to release it on a media that no one can watch it. But okay.
Not really, man. There's a world for VHS.
I know there is. I'm not interested in it, but
I will say it looked really cool as like a collector's item. But how would I play it?
Right. I think that's the thing.
It?
VHS tapes look cool on like a shelf and stuff.
Yeah,
they do.
You can't. They keep trying to bring back like old school technology or old school media now, because vinyl took off so big. But the thing is, vinyl sounds
sounds better.
It just does. It just has a different sound to it. VHS does not look better than a Blu-ray. It just doesn't.
And you can fit, and there's also a space component, because if you're someone that is really into physical media, which are the kinds of people that are going to be interested in things like these full collector's editions, then you only have so much space to collect that physical media, and it's like you can fit 2 or 3 Blu-rays in the space of a VHS box.
The only reason I could imagine ever having a VCR to watch VHS tapes is if there was a movie that I absolutely loved that didn't make the jump from VHS to like DVD. Because there are those movies. There are some movies you just can't get on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. They just never bothered to make that jump with them. But I can't think of any of those movies, so I don't own a VCR.
If I had the room and the extra money, because they do get expensive. Looks like they're only releasing 50 of these, very limited. So I'm there for it. I'm not mad at VHS. Bobby was going to start a VHS collection. So I don't think he went very far with it, but.
Well, what the hell is this thing though?
It looks like the original. It's Pennywise: The Story of It, a special edition double video cassette. Also, it says also includes extras. So I don't know what else, but it looks like a documentary of sorts.
All right. Well, if it comes to some media that I can watch it on, I'll probably check it out. But
it's on Screenbox.
Oh. Well, again, if it comes to some media that I can watch it on, I'll check it out.
Wow. I don't want to get into it, but there's an article posted, and it's about Screenbox more so than anything else. But it's the title of it is "Holy Shit! Screenbox acquires bonkers horror comedy and gets trapped in a portable toilet."
What?
Nope.
There we go.
Not watching that.
Let's calm down with fucking Screenbox, please. Okay, it got Terrifier 2. That's all it fucking has.
I get that they're trying to up their game and they're
they
trying,
will.
and I appreciate that. But right now I don't know. I mean, there's some movie on there I wanted to check out, and I can't remember the name of it now, so I might get the free trial for that, but I'm probably not going to sign up for Screenbox. I just can't imagine.
Was it Terrifier 2?
No, it was not Terrifier 2.
Do you need to see it a fourth time?
I do not need to see it a fourth time, no.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sure, Bloody Disgusting's behind it. They're a fucking machine. They will grow. I have no doubt that they will grow. But let's wait until they fucking grow. We're going to say holy shit about a portable toilet.
Yeah.
Let's stop. Let's stop.
I will say, having watched Terrifier 2 the third time, I did notice that Art didn't want nothing to do with Chris Jericho because he knew.
He didn't even look at him.
That clown will fuck around and find out he fucked with Chris Jericho.
Old ass Chris Jericho.
Fucking elbow to the face.
Remember on Greg's live where he was talking about how he said he would whoop Art the Clown's ass.
Yeah, he did. He did.
That's a bold claim.
he said he cannot. Shout out to Greg. Everyone go check out his horror related TikTok at what is it? Darth Gregor. Yeah. Kat, he said on his live that he does not understand how anyone is afraid of Art the Clown. He looks stupid. He's not scary. And if he's seen Art the Clown and Art the Clown went near him, he would start throwing punches and whoop his ass.
Okay, well, Greg's gonna get killed, I think.
Right.
I'm seeing, you guys are talking all this nonsense, and I'm seeing the first ever Slasher Radio pay-per-view. Greg versus David Howard Thornton inside a cage.
I would love that, man. God.
That would be the first match I paid for, I think.
I mean, there was the slight chance that I might fight Jason Blum, but we got past that.
Yeah, we're okay now.
And
you got past that when you seen his gym photos.
I did. I told you. Fuck it. He works out. Shit, I didn't know that. But maybe we can make this one happen.
I just picture David Howard Thornton in the Art the Clown getup like circling. They're circling each other in the cage, and he's talking to him as Herbert the pervert the whole time. Come here, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, and I will say I don't understand. Like Greg does say that a lot. He doesn't think that art. He doesn't understand how anybody can be scared of art. I don't have a problem with art, the character. Like to me, because I do find art very fucking creepy. I don't. If I saw that fucker, I would go the other way. It's just a movie. I don't think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. Art the Clown he's fucking creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this because I know Greg also mentioned that he voted for Thankskilling 3 and he made fun of us many times, so we had to sit and fucking watch it. So I know you're listening to this, Greg. And I'm gonna say this. I feel that Greg is mad of how good Terrifier 2 is.
Oh, I don't think that at all.
I do. I think
I've seen the movie 3 times. I assure you he's not mad about that.
I have a feeling we're going to be watching something worse next month on Patreon week.
Bring it, bitches.
This might come back to bite me in the ass, but he dug his feet in so hard with Terrifier 1, and this one came out, and it's a banger, and he's mad about it. That's how I feel.
No, that's not true at all. I don't think so. But I will say this in regards to our Patreons as a whole. You guys have failed miserably.
Oh my God.
I don't like you people.
Oh.
I don't understand why you couldn't help us out. What's that new girl's name?
Leah,
why couldn't you have stood up and done something about this? This is on all of you that we have to watch. And what 10 people are going to listen to this episode?
none of us on the show are able to talk about that, though. We have all picked up movie topics that we know damn well nobody's going to give a shit about.
No, I don't know what I picked Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. They got a whole fucking Kiss army of fans that would have tuned into the show.
To be fair to Leah, too, by the way, I did tweet out bitching very much about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And she put with laughing emojis, it wasn't me. Because I did say fuck
But what
Chris.
did she vote for?
I don't know.
We don't have that information at our hands?
I didn't ask her. I don't know if I can ask her. Isn't it like illegal to ask someone?
You can't see that? I thought we could see who voted for what.
No, we can't see. We can see the amount.
I don't know how Patreon works. I don't fucking know. I thought you could see.
No.
Well, Leah, I got my fucking eye on you because I told you not to suck, and I'm starting to wonder.
She didn't nominate it.
Starting to wonder. What'd she nominate?
She didn't nominate anything.
You could have nominated something good that everybody would have voted for, but they wouldn't have anyway. Really. Patreons. They're the worst listeners in all of podcasting. I swear to God.
Wow. Roasting our listeners again.
The ones who pay.
Yeah, specifically roasting the patrons.
Unbelievable.
Sign up for the Patreon. Patreon.com/SlasherRadio.
What the best plug.
Tiers as low as $3 a month.
Yes. Speaking of Terrifier 2, just really quick.
Mad at you fucking people.
Terrifier 2 is now available on digital HD. So.
What? I don't. Okay.
Well, yeah. Anybody who hasn't caught it in the theaters, you go watch it on digital HD now.
It was on Screenbox. Is that what you're talking about?
That might have been the release, but they have DVDs
you
listed.
You can buy it now.
Yeah.
Digital, is that what? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So.
Don't waste your money.
What?
Get it physical.
I have the first one.
Don't cat. I have the first one too, actually.
You are unbelievable.
What?
Nothing.
I hadn't seen it. It was a blind buy because people told me it was so good.
It was good.
Mm-hmm. I still haven't seen it.
Last but not least, a short movie week, news week. Scream 6.
6 Scream?
No.
5 Scream 2.
No.
Mm-hmm. Again, it's confusing. They gave it fucking 2 titles.
No, they didn't.
Scream 6. I don't know what to call it. Ghostface Takes Manhattan.
Never gonna end. Jenna Ortega. She spoke with somebody somewhere. I think it was ET Online.
Thank God you're doing the reporting. She spoke with somebody somewhere.
Hey, man, I got it eventually. What do you want from me? I'm drinking Ciroc in a can, a spritzer in a can over here. Scream 6, Jenny Ortega, she did an interview with ET Online, and she promises that the new Scream movie is going to be action heavy and gore heavy.
It's going to be the Halloween Kills of the Scream franchise, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we'll see.
Would that be the worst thing in the world? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily want that, but
it doesn't have to be Terrifier. You know what I mean?
No.
That's my big one thing I'm worried about is that people are going to start trying to make Terrifier out of all these other things that don't need to be that. You know what I mean? Like Scream can just be Scream. It's fine. It doesn't have to be gorier or more violent or anything. You know what I mean? Like just make a fucking Scream movie. And action heavy, I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
There's a lot of ways you could take that.
Yeah, I don't want to see Bruce Willis.
Well, I don't dislike Bruce Willis.
Me either. I love Bruce Willis. I don't need to see him going Die Hard and Scream.
Fucking Die Hard's amazing.
Be that as it may.
I'm serious. I watch Die Hard and I can't sleep at night. I'm so pumped up about it. Like, damn.
It's good.
Rob looking to whoop somebody's ass 3 in the morning.
That's the movie he watches before he fights Jason Blum.
Yeah.
Oh, that would definitely be the movie that would be on before I fought anybody.
I feel like in Scream 5, they hit the perfect level of violence and gore with Ghostface. Like, it was absolute perfection for that character.
Oh, stop it.
What?
It's a good movie, but come on, man.
No, okay, movie being good or great aside, I'm saying the level of brutality for Ghostface in that movie was perfect.
It was fine for Ghostface. That's the thing. You don't need to make a more violent, more sadistic Ghostface.
Right.
Just let him be Ghostface.
Yeah.
Let him trip over some shit and kill some people.
Kat, how do you feel?
I'm never opposed to things that advertise that they're gonna be like crazier or gorier, but there's always the danger that they'll go too far. But I feel like that's also something that just gets said a lot to bring people in, so I'm not super worried about it.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair. All right. Well, that's all I got for the news.
All right. Time for the Gabagooli Mystery Corner.
It has been sent.
Oh, jeez. So why are you getting so fast with them, Kat?
Well, I had to see what the...
Engaging on Rob's reaction.
I like this one.
Oh, shit.
That's funny.
This is part of the show where I get made fun of for being Italian.
Where we celebrate your cultural heritage.
It's not what they do.
Yeah, it's a celebration of Mikey and his Italian-American heritage.
Which I got enough of earlier. Before I even opened this, I showed Kat, when we were in Greg's Live, he called me marinara sauce again. Calls Greg.
Who did, Greg?
You did. I think Greg is going on and on about everything Italian, and it's a me, Mario, and all right.
It's me, Mikey.
Xanax in a Cinnabon. Depressed Italian guy voice. Hey, I'm sulking here. Where's that from?
It's from Midnight Cowboy.
Okay,
Dustin Hoffman's crossing the street and the cab slams on the brakes and he slams on the hood of the cab and he goes, "Hey, I'm walking here."
I'm gonna let you guys know. I had a little friend group on Xbox that I was in. I told you guys that a friend of ours had like his younger brother in there. Every now and then he would say some stuff. He made fun of my Italian, well, more New York thing, and he would constantly, like, every time I would join the party, he'd go, I'm walking here. Every fucking time.
That kid is fucking awesome.
No, he's not. All right. Haha, hee hee. Good for you. Kiss my ass.
This is a good one. Have you seen the movie?
No, I haven't seen the movie.
No, you got to see that movie. It's a good movie.
I've heard that I'm walking here before, and I just didn't know where it has. Other things had to have used it that I've heard. I know.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, it gets parodied in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, this stupid screenshot of a tweet it says, "Hey, I'm sulking here." Okay. It drives me crazy that I don't know who it is.
I'm disappointed we didn't get a bigger reaction for that one, Mikey.
You guys are fucking with me. Like, what?
Well, no, we're celebrating. It's you know.
I don't go into this happy.
Yeah, but we got a laugh out of the Loch Ness Monster.
We did get a laugh out of the
That
Loch
one was
Ness
pretty
Monster.
funny.
Yeah. And I feel like, even though you complained about it, I feel like you enjoyed the Italian battleship.
No, that battle, I had to put that on Patreon. It was a pain in the ass to get it. No, fuck that battleship. Stupid. These do go up on Patreon for the patrons to get a visual aid of what they laugh at. I don't so much laugh at it. It's not funny.
You laughed at Italian battleship just now.
Fucking stupid. The pizza
you
floating on water.
You laughed at the Italian Loch Ness Monster. You can't deny that. That shit was funny.
Yeah,
that might be the best one so far. I'm a little mad I didn't find it.
Me too, because I wouldn't have had to see it on the show. Just you two would have seen my reaction, not, the fucking world. All right, are we done here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I only had one this week.
Oh.
Sometimes I have to have extra because you didn't respond to my favorite one.
Right, but and sometimes you're like, oh, I've seen that one already.
Yeah.
Guys, remember, send me them.
We had to put up another one.
I got 2 more that day.
You did.
I did. All right, guys, that's the news. We will be taking a really quick break, and we'll be right back with Patreon pick for this month, Thankskilling 3.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers comprehensive auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus, benefits like 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim, through the repair process, to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Visit EnduranceWarranty.com for your fast free quote today. That's EnduranceWarranty.com.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains June 13th through the 23rd. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers comprehensive auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus, benefits like 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim, through the repair process, to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Visit EnduranceWarranty.com for your fast free quote today. That's EnduranceWarranty.com.
What? There's... I question doing this show sometimes.
Yeah.
We need a lawyer. We need a legal team. We've talked about this before. We need to figure out loopholes in this whole fucking Patreon pick shit.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I know that you question doing the show sometimes, but it's your only time to really hang out with me. So it would be really hard for you to give it up, but sometimes I understand.
Is he serious, Kat?
I think so. I think he might be dead serious about this.
Huh? What happened?
You make me with the question doing the show the most for the record.
No, come on.
Make me put in bleeps everywhere for stuff.
Imagine what your life would be without me.
Calmer.
Yeah, but not nearly as fun.
Yeah.
Who else is going to tell you to pull ass?
See, Cat for no reason. No, that was completely
on Slasher Radio.
I do the same thing on This Horror Life.
No, you were handed
But only
it
once.
on this. He didn't do it on This Horror Life. It's a lie. He didn't do it.
Exactly the same on both shows.
You were handed it. It was said for you.
No.
And you just tagged right along. Shame. We're not getting into that. Shame on you. How are we doing? We're doing Thankskilling 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like to hear all the other stuff before we even get into it. You like to hear the other picks because you don't.
Yeah. I want to know what else we could have watched.
All right. Well, the first selection was Thankskilling 3 by EyeRChris.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Chris. Greg, he threw up there Orca from 1977.
Okay. I still haven't seen it. Heard it's good.
Kat, have you seen Orca?
I have not seen Orca.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's about a whale with a grudge or something.
What? Really?
Is it Jaws 4?
I mean, it was one of a slew of Jaws rip-off movies that came out after the success of Jaws.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Could be worse.
It was.
Yeah. Stage Fright, 1987. This was suggested by Miki.
Okay. All right, Miki, I see you. I haven't seen Stage Fright, but I've heard great things about it. I'd like to watch that.
Okay.
Oh, shout out to Miki, speaking of which, recommended a movie to me recently that I enjoyed.
All right. Can you share?
So it took me a second to come up with the title of it. But yeah, Byzantium. Byzantium?
All right, that sounds fucking terrible.
It was. I will say, because Miki recommended it, and I went and looked it up, and it was a vampire movie. So then I proceeded to put it off for several days. Almost backed out, but I didn't. It was inventive. It was well shot. They did a lot with what I'm imagining was not a super high budget. And thanks, Miki.
Yeah, well done, Miki.
Love those movie recommendations coming in.
Very nice. Sometimes it's worth it to tough it out.
Yeah.
You just don't know what's at the end of that tunnel, though.
Yeah.
Nick.
Sometimes it's not worth it to tough it out,
Yeah.
but this time it was.
This is true. Nick, he threw up Trailer Park of Terror from 2008.
All right. I don't know what that is, but it sounds great.
Nick, that sounds like something I shouldn't like, but I do like rednecks getting killed would be great. So that's play. And Nick has thrown out really good every month. Nick is solid.
Yeah, I'm Googling it right now. Check this out. Oh my God, it's got Trace Atkins in it.
Holy fucking crap. Nick, what are you doing? This is his first miss. Right here.
Well, we don't know it's a miss yet. Maybe Trace Atkins is an amazing actor.
Jake threw up Session 9 from 2001, which almost won,
Good
by
movie.
the way.
That's an excellent movie. Good pick, Jake.
Jake's always throwing up. We were talking about that, Kat. You brought that up.
Yeah.
Jake always throwing up coming with the wood and just, they don't pick it for him.
It's because our Patreons, man.
I feel like sometimes Jake doesn't get enough credit because he always picks good movies for us, but they're never the movies that win. But I still feel like we should encourage that impulse in the patrons. Because we appreciate you, Jake. We appreciate that you choose good movies for us. We're sorry that they don't get picked.
And we can't control it, Jake. We literally have nothing to do with it.
No, if there's any proof that this is not rigged, this episode is.
That's so true. That's so true. Feast 3, too, is another one. Trust me, if we could have rigged that, we would not have watched Feast 3. And the last one that was proposed was from Jinx, and he threw up Nope from this year.
Okay.
Jinx is another one. Jinx, you're always picking solid movies for us, and we're never watching them. And I'm sorry. Because if it were up to us, we would be.
Yeah, I would definitely watch Nope.
Maybe.
I think he did.
It's just been a while.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but yeah, Nope. I would definitely watch Nope. I like that one.
No. But unfortunately, We landed on Thankskilling. Second place was Jake's Session 9.
Okay.
And third was Greg's Orca.
Okay.
Thankskilling 3. I just feel like we have to be really explicit because I would not have minded doing an episode on Thankskilling.
No, because we did the double feature today. I did, and we all three did, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
All three.
Yeah, and I will say that Thankskilling, just a chef's kiss of a movie.
Thankskilling. I got so frustrated at how often I laughed out loud at Thankskilling because I didn't want to.
Thankskilling is a lot of fun. I had never seen it before. My brain wouldn't allow me to watch the sequel without seeing the first one, so I watched Thankskilling. And it's not only is it genius, but it's also the perfect length because it's only like 70 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's like not even a full...
So because I think it knows, like it's smart enough to know it's sort of a one joke sort of thing, right? Like it's a one note kind of thing. So they didn't make it too long. That was also,
but they do the most in that time.
Yeah, it was also probably budgetary. I looked it up. They only had like $3,500 to make that movie or something.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
for a lot of the things that we see in that movie.
But I really, really did have a lot of fun with it. I thought it was great. I think I told you guys the special effects in Thankskilling are really the things that define movie magic.
The clip art turkey for the hallucination fucking got me.
It was so good. There was a lot of things I really, really liked.
The reaction to the coffee where it's just like, yes, I did. I want a divorce. And he's like, well, all right.
Yep. That was great. The scene where the sheriff is having coffee with the turkey, dressed as a turkey, and the turkey is not dressed as a person, but just wearing those stupid fake glasses with the nose. So funny.
And then he wears the sheriff's face.
Yes, yeah.
I laughed way more than I wanted to at a movie called Thankskilling.
I mean, I saw a turkey drive a car and have sex. I mean, it's really, really something. And so I was really excited to watch Thankskilling 3. And I'm not sure. I don't know if I actually watched the movie or if I just took all the drugs. To be honest with you guys, but I do think that at some point we need to have a meeting about having Chris murdered.
Wow.
That's not the worst thing in the idea in the world.
Wow.
Not for nothing. Because you got to think, he made us watch Feast 2. Greg pulled the trigger on Feast 3, but Feast 3 is also Chris's fault. And now here we are. Chris is responsible for the top 3 worst movies we've ever talked about. Well, Kiss Me's the Phantom of whatever. That was bad. But
Kiss Me's the Phantom of the Park is better than all of those movies.
No, Chris is responsible of 3 of the 4 worst movies ever discussed on this show. That's bad, Chris. And he does it on purpose is the fucking thing.
Yeah. And I do want to point out, I said I had little to say about this movie. I think I've already exhausted my notes. It was, did I take all the drugs and let's kill Chris.
I also want to mention, before we stop talking about Thankskilling 1, did you notice at the end during the Thanksgiving scene, like they're all sitting down at the table for Thanksgiving dinner and they all have milk in their fucking cups?
No, I didn't notice that.
Disgusting.
I did not notice that.
Disgusting.
Yeah. There's another good Thanksgiving movie I just thought of. It's a slasher. I can't remember the name of it. That's gonna drive me nuts. But anyway.
So at when I was at Terrifier 2, like in the theater, and they're having a dream sequence. They're having a musical clown cafe dream sequence. And Art pulls out a machine gun, and I was like, Rob is going to hate this movie. Like, I could feel it. The second I saw a Muppet hanging out in this, I was like, what's going on? And then when the Muppets started having like cartoon fantasies, I was like, Rob is he's just going to explode. His head's going to explode watching this movie. And I tried to warn you. I tried really hard because I could see you going through the same arc that I went through, where you were like, because Thankskilling got me, and I was like, I could watch a sequel to this. And then that's not what we got.
No, we did not. We did not.
And you didn't listen, I feel like.
Blood Rage is the movie I was thinking of. That's a slasher, so I don't think it's good. Really bad movie. No, this movie, so it started off actually watching this movie, I was kind of like, I was into it, first of all, because I thought we were getting the killer turkey in space.
Yeah, and they did all the callbacks. Like, it's got the
Yeah.
same opening line. They've got the random boobs in the
Yeah.
screen. It was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I never complain about boobs on the screen. But then there was and also though, then because I was like, why did they think it was funny to make Thankskilling 3 without a Thankskilling 2? Like, I didn't understand. I thought it was stupid. But then they sort of explained it within the movie.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of clever. And I was like, oh, this isn't going to be that bad. Cat's crazy. And then a fucking Muppet showed up. And I have no idea what the hell happened for the next hour and a half.
I tried.
This movie felt like forever.
I also,
And
I don't think I've
ever.
ever checked the runtime on a movie so
Uh-huh.
often
Yeah.
especially because like the first the first 40 minutes maybe I kept like thinking, like, oh, this is like a fever dream sequence and they're gonna wake up and I'm gonna get to watch a turkey kill people.
Right.
Which is, I mean, it's never a good point where that's what you're hoping for in a
No,
movie.
that's always what I'm hoping for.
but I just like, I held out hope for so long, and then finally it was like, no,
Right.
this is the movie that I'm watching.
Yeah, I kept thinking,
When will
all
it
right,
end?
the turkey's going to show up and start murdering motherfuckers, and it's going to be awesome, just like the original one was. But it never happened.
It
It
just
just kept
didn't
getting
happen.
stupider and stupider and stupider as it went.
They just kept introducing puppets and Muppets and rapping grannies and
Oh my god. Oh my.
I will say
Like-
this for it. In that opening space scene, the pew pews were much better than Kiss Meets whatever the hell.
No, they weren't. Kiss
Yes,
Meets
they
the Phantom of the Park was cutting edge technology.
Cutting edge technology.
The special effects in that movie hold up just as well today as they did in '78 when it came out.
I do believe that.
Yeah, that's true. But no, they have better pew pews in this movie.
I will say this now: Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, better special effects than Star Wars.
You're just gonna have Cat kick your ass, I think. So.
I'm trying to figure out if I want to pick the fight because I don't want to be in a position of defending Star Wars is the thing.
Uh-huh.
But
I'm just saying, Kiss
it
Meets the
did.
Phantom of the Park doesn't have Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, it didn't have Jar Jar Binks. It didn't
Yeah.
have Jar Jar Abrams either.
I don't know who that is.
That's a joke about J.J. Abrams.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, that was
All
a
right. I do
new
know who that
sequel
is.
joke.
I do know. Yeah, I do know who that is. This is going to be an entire episode of us just being off topic because there's nothing to say about this horrible, horrible piece of trash that we had to watch. Right?
I mean, pretty much. There's stuff that we could just like go through a list of things that we hated, but it would pretty much just be the runtime of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything. Everything was stupid.
On paper, I feel like I could be open to this. I'm constantly requesting that we make more movies where there's just like one or two live action people interacting with Muppets. I think that would be fine. But I don't like what they did here. I don't like that it was Thankskilling, but not. I don't like that the turkey was gone.
They had a simple formula with the first movie that worked perfectly. Why did they feel the need to change it for the sequel? I don't understand.
I understand. So this was while I was going through reviews for this. I found a lot of the number one. Praise, I guess, the number one compliment that people had for Thankskilling 3 was that at least it wasn't a direct remake of the original. Like, at least they had done something new, and it's like, I feel like there has to be something in between having like a turkey slasher film and whatever the fuck Thankskilling 3 was. And it was the turkey in space that we didn't get. That was the sequel. That was the in between step where it would have been new. It could have been fun. We didn't get that.
Listen. People always say that's what we want, right? We all say that. We all say, "Oh, I wish, man, it'd be cool if they did something different." We don't want that. We never want that. When we get that, 9 out of 10 times we talk about how much it sucked because it wasn't what it was originally. It's always a bad idea to take Jason out of Camp Crystal Lake. It doesn't make sense. Just just show me Jason murdering a bunch of campers again. That's all I want to see.
That's
just
why we show up.
Turkey murdering motherfuckers again.
And this one drives me crazy because it's like we only got one of those. Even we didn't get like a whole bunch before they got tired and took the turkey into space. We got one, and it wasn't even 90 minutes.
Yeah. I will say at the beginning of this one, when I started it, my 15-year-old son was in the room, and he goes, "That astronaut has titties."
That's funny.
Yes, she does.
Good job, son.
Yep.
All right. Okay, hold on. Let's stop for a second. I don't like how positive you guys are talking about even Thankskilling 1, but more so this fucking turkey in space.
All right, listen.
There's no listen. That's
I will
bad.
not hear bad mouthing of Thankskilling, the original. That was fucking amazing. I loved that. Thankskilling in space would have been super awesome.
No.
And even so, before I had started Thankskilling 3, before the idea of turkey in space even crossed my mind, I was all ready for Turkey Takes Manhattan with like the whole radioactive sludge thing.
Yes.
I was just there for that. Like
yeah, and they didn't follow up with that at all.
No. They just had him glow for like the last few minutes of the first one. But radioactive turkey and then a turkey in space. And then if we absolutely had to conclude the series with this, at least we would have gotten 2 more fun movies.
You guys have no idea how pissed I am that we have to talk about this like it's a real movie.
I don't like it. I'm telling you what. All right. It's a shark movie, so we're never going to see
there's no shark.
It doesn't have to be a shark. We've been over this. It doesn't have to be a shark. There does not have to be a shark or any type of aqua wildlife for it to be a shark movie.
Aqua wildlife.
Aqua wildlife.
I love that it's not even marine life. It's aqua.
Yeah, marine life. That's what I was looking for. I couldn't quite track it down. Thank you, Kat. No, this is a shark movie. The original is a shark movie, but at least the original, it was tolerable because it had cool kills, and it kind of reminded me of a Leprechaun movie in a way.
It was tolerable because it was hilarious and a ton of fun.
No, I'm not going to go that far. No.
It's not a good movie, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot like the Leprechaun movies. They're not usually good, but they're fun.
I mean, yeah, it reminded me a lot of a Leprechaun movie. I'm not going to lie. I got that feel a lot.
Speaking of Leprechaun, I meant to bring this up during the news segment. I don't know if it's going to still be going by the time this episode comes out, but you can get all of the Leprechaun movies for $10 on Vudu.
Holy shit.
That's $7 too much.
If I didn't already own them all, I'd be all over that.
I know my mom texts me today and she's like, "Did you know that you can get all of the Leprechaun movies for $10 on Vudu?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "Do we need it?" I was like, "No." And then she's like, "Did you know it includes one in space?" And I was like, "Yes, Mom. I know there's a Leprechaun in space." And then she was like, and she just kept like texting me about Leprechaun sequels, and it's like, "No, I'm aware of the Leprechaun movies, Mom." But like I guess even living with me for as long as she did, she never realized what the Leprechaun movies were. Like, she's just discovering them today on Vudu for $10.
She didn't know there were 2 into Hood?
No, she did not.
I will say this, Kat. One of the best days that I have ever had was a Sunday where I just chilled on the couch and I watched every single Leprechaun movie. They were all on like Netflix or something. Like, I give the Leprechaun movies a lot of shit because Mikey likes them way more than he should. But they are a lot of fun.
I like the first one. I can't ever imagine wanting to go back and rewatch all of them, though.
It really does make for a good day. I might take advantage of that if it's still available.
All right.
I don't know.
I think it should be through, like, fine through the weekend at least.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, well, I already own them all because, you know.
Yeah. That's the other thing is I own the first one, which is like, if I am ever in a mood for Leprechaun, that's the one that I would watch.
I don't know. That Vegas one's pretty good.
Kat, your mom's cool as fuck. Give me your number. Me and her just text back and forth about Leprechaun movies forever.
I don't think she's seen
Absolutely
any of
not.
them.
She hasn't even seen them yet?
Yeah, I don't think she's seen any of them. I think she just...
Do not give him your mother's number, Kat.
I'm not going to.
That's your mother's loss, because she would love to talk to me about Leprechaun movies. I'm the best.
She
best
might
person
have
to
bought
talk to.
them.
Yeah.
I got a lot of texts today about this.
And
That
if
is
you
amazing.
do, just tell her to send him Italian memes.
Could you fucking imagine? That's why Kat doesn't want to give me her number, because she knows I'll tell on her about all the mean Italian shit she's been doing to me.
I remember when Kat first started on the show, she said her mom listened, but I bet that stopped.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
Smart woman. No, but yeah, it kind of, in certain spots, had that charm that the Leprechaun movies have. And, that's why I kind of tolerated it. And I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I never had a huge disdain for the original Thankskilling movie. I didn't fall in love with them.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I was ready to have like another contender for favorite franchise. And then I watched the fucking sequel. Jesus Christ.
Is this the and I'm asking this mostly for Rob, though Mikey, you can answer too. Is this, in your opinion, the steepest decline from a first movie to a second? No?
Absolutely. I can't think of anything bigger.
The first one wasn't that good in the first place. No,
The first one is, for what it is, the first one is brilliantly done.
I was trying to find like another entry. I think maybe Cube to Hypercube
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
is like the only thing that really rivals.
Yeah, that's
me.
pretty bad. But even,
But I'd rather watch Hypercube again.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hypercube is bad, but it ain't this.
And it's shorter.
Witch Project? Hello?
Yeah, but Book of Shadows is really bad, but it ain't this.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I actually might need to apologize to Book of Shadows.
Yeah. Now you can make the argument, and I would agree with you that Blair Witch is much, much better than Thankskilling.
Yeah.
That was going to be what I said. Yeah.
So the decline
fell a lot more.
Well, see, I feel like it might be equal.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Because Thankskilling is really good.
No, it's not. What's wrong with you?
Did you not watch it? It's really good.
There was some stuff in Thankskilling that I don't like to think of myself as a super sensitive person. There was some stuff in Thankskilling that I don't condone.
I think there are some stuff. There is some stuff in Thankskilling.
There's like an R word and an F slur and
a couple of those.
The general racism of the plot also.
Yeah.
You have to overlook a lot for Thankskilling, but once
I'm pretty
you get
sure
past
that woman
it,
didn't consent to have sex with the turkey.
Yeah, that also. There's some stuff, but like once you get past, I hated how much I laughed at Thankskilling because I didn't want to because I was still kind of mad about all the aforementioned stuff.
Yeah.
But God, it got me. It got me more than once.
No, at about the 10-minute mark, I was like, all right, I'm in. Let's do this.
When the hell did this movie come out? Either one?
I believe the...
Choose that.
Thankskilling 3 is 2012.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not completely shocked.
Thankskilling was 2007.
Because it was like, that douchey, it's fun to, so, I get it. Like you said, you're watching Thankskilling.
Yeah.
You kind of got to know it's not going to give a fuck, and that's just the way it is. But I don't know, guys. It
made me laugh out loud. I
don't understand.
That's all that I really want these movies to do. And
it's genius stuff.
I'm not as on board as Rob is, obviously, but like it's hard to be mad when it did exactly what I wanted it to do,
Maybe only topped by Pan Man. We don't know yet.
Motherfucker.
Pan Man. And I knew too, Rob, when you said that you were going to be watching both of them. It's like, man, if he likes this first one, the second one's going to crush him.
I have never been so sad in my life. Never. And again, even when I saw the Muppet, I was like, this is just a beginning part.
Around.
Whatever. We're going to get past this. We're going to get into the good stuff. And man, it just never, there was no good stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys said it already. It's like, what are you gonna? Because that Thankskilling it was a mini cult classic.
Thankskilling was, as Kat said, I found it laugh out loud funny at parts.
Yeah,
there are no jokes that land in Thankskilling 3. None of them made me laugh. It's just so dumb.
I will say I did have like one moment that made me really happy in Thankskilling 3. To its credit, it was when he gets, I don't remember anyone's name already, but the guy gets his long pike, and then he gets stabbed with the long pike. Because I thought, I was just so sure, and then Turkey stands up behind him, and he's got the one-liner, and I was like, this is it. We're here. We suffered through it. We're ready for the kills. And like, I just unbridled joy in that one moment, and then all downhill from there again.
I didn't like anything past the astronaut titties.
That's it.
That was it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They lost their recipe quickly.
Also, was this? I understand the first one, and usually we kind of grandfather sequels into whatever genre the original was. But if it was just Thankskilling 3, if this were a standalone film for some godforsaken reason, would this be considered a horror movie even?
Yeah.
I mean, it's barely considered a movie. But yeah, I guess. I mean, people do get killed, right?
Yeah, but I mean, people get killed in a lot of stuff. And this was another thing that I read while I was like digging up stuff for it today. I don't think it's one that I have open for you guys, but where this is supposed to be like a parody of movies like Dark Crystal and The Labyrinth.
Yeah,
and it's like that. I think maybe that's what they were going for, but at that point, if it's a parody of a fantasy film, like what are we even doing here on this podcast?
Question we ask ourselves a lot.
What are we doing on this podcast?
Yeah.
Entertaining people who hate us, apparently.
Yeah, man, I don't know. And it, like I said, I felt how I felt about the first one, and it wasn't complete dog shit, but it was far from what you guys are saying. Either
ridiculous.
Way, okay, fair enough though. But when I realized that we were in for trouble was pretty early when you see the mother fucking turkey puking on the. I'm like, okay, that's the kind of movie we got here. It's like just that, like trying to be over the top on purpose.
I didn't give up quite that. Like I was still hopeful at that point because they showed it and it's like, well, at least it was like claymation vomit. And then when they showed the puppet get cut in half, I was like, okay, They made all the insides of a turkey puppet for this shot, so obviously they're going somewhere. They were not.
I'm with you. At that point, while I didn't like any of that stuff, I still thought it was just like the open and we were going to get into the actual movie.
Yeah.
And it just continued to be that for the next hour and 40 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So disappointed.
Yeah, but you know what? And that's kind of the the audience that they had. It's just it was the Chris's of the world who just they're there for that obscure.
The simpletons.
You just called them brilliant. The that are there for that obscure, but I truly feel, I don't know, I'm assuming, but I truly feel like Chris likes this movie. Like I feel like he likes it.
He might.
He probably does. He probably fucking does.
Is that even possible?
And someone has to, right?
Do they?
Someone liked Seed of Chucky.
I mean, compared to this, Seed of Chucky's an Oscar-worthy film.
Here's the thing. So I feel weird. I'm trying to scrape up like any kind of coherent criticism or commentary about this movie. In its defense, I don't think it was as personally offensive as Seed of Chucky was. I don't think it was as offensive as the first one, to its detriment in a weird way.
Yeah, I
was
would agree
more
with that.
bored than like upset.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I was so bored. Because
That's
here's the thing, this movie, I didn't watch this movie. This movie happened in front of my eyes.
It happened to us.
Yeah.
We're survivors. Thankskilling 3.
And I'm with you, Kat. Like, I'm trying to think of like some sort of interesting or intelligent way to discuss this movie, but I can't because I got nothing other than it sucks. It's just fucking terrible. Everything about it is bad.
There is one interesting thing to talk about. I don't think it was that interesting in the film, but like you kind of have to question the creative process behind it. Which whole movie, I guess, but there was a thing at the end. There was a kind of, which it pissed me off to no end because there was the fade out and I thought we were finally done, and then they opened up on another scene and I felt ready to strangle someone. But that other scene, gave me a lot of pause because it is the unveiling of where Thanksgiving Land is going to be.
Yeah.
And I have to wonder if that was like a budgetary constraint or if that was just like the mediocre finish that the directors thought was symbolic of the film most.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Because it was like, it wasn't a grand unveiling. It wasn't just making it was something directly in between getting to see the entirety of the vision come to fruition and the commitment to do it. Like they had some of the set there. It wasn't entirely gone. And then it was like, did they run out of budget? Like, was it always supposed to look like this? Why would they spend money on the roller coaster track and none of the Thanksgiving stuff that they already had around the set? Like, I had a lot of questions about that scene.
Yeah, they did kind of have that one little roller coaster that you would see at a carnival that's set up in the parking lot of a Walmart somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like even the apartment had more Thanksgiving stuff in it. So it's like
Yeah. Would you guys go to a theme park called Thanksgiving Land?
I would not.
No, me either.
I think if you were going to rank holidays of theme parks that I would not go to, Thanksgiving Land would be right below Valentine's Day Land. Like,
Yeah. I will say this though, it's a shame because Thanksgiving is a good holiday. I like it.
Is it?
It is.
Oh yeah, you just eat.
Yeah, you eat
Nice.
your ass off.
Here's the thing. Maybe this is just a family thing because I, on paper, am all about a holiday where I just have to show up and eat stuff.
Right.
Like that's
yeah,
my
you-
dream holiday. But I feel like I don't like a lot of the food that gets associated with, like, I'll eat turkey. That's
sure,
fine.
sure.
But and potatoes, I'm
Mhm.
in. Everything after that though, and I don't know if this is just because my family is not necessarily the best at cooking stuff, but I feel like a lot of the food is like really overrated.
You
I'm not
better
a
hope
big
your
pumpkin
mama don't
pie
listen to this
person.
show.
I know. I've told them this though. They know how I feel. They make red ham every year, and every year it's like a big thing where it's like, does someone need to bring red ham? And it's like, no, nobody eats it. Like it sucks. It fucking sucks.
What the hell's red ham?
It's it's ham in like a in like a sweet savory sauce, and I
No.
fucking hate it. It's
Ham
bad.
doesn't need a
Just
sauce.
eat ham.
Ham
like
is fine on its own.
it's better on its own.
Yeah, I do like a good ham. I like Thanksgiving food though. Stuffing? You don't
I don't like stuffing.
Stuffing should be on the menu at like more restaurants and stuff. It's like a once a year you get to eat stuffing thing, and it's not right.
I absolutely love stuffing.
Mhm.
That is my favorite thing. But you can't fuck it up now.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. You can.
You can fuck up stuffing big time.
Yeah, but my mama, she makes deviled eggs that are really good. I love good deviled eggs.
I do like deviled eggs.
Yeah, yeah, and then you just eat
I
a bunch of
guess.
food and you watch football.
Oh
And you
yeah,
fall asleep on the couch or in a chair or something.
that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah. Sometimes you get those families though that, like, I was dated a girl for a while, and her family, they didn't watch football. Like her grandfather wouldn't allow it
Oh god damn.
because Thanksgiving's a holiday about family, and they did that bullshit where they all said what they were thankful for and everything.
Mhm.
Like, dude, this ain't gonna work.
We usually watch the Friends reruns about Thanksgiving
Friends is good.
because we don't have any football fans in the house.
No, you watch football on Thanksgiving. What are you people doing?
But if you're not gonna watch football, I mean, Jennifer Aniston's a good route. Gotta admit.
We watch
Mm.
Leprechaun every Thanksgiving.
Well, now you guys can watch Thankskilling.
We can watch Thanksgiving. That's the other thing, with the humor being a little bit more offensive, because I think I might be the most tolerant of that in my circle of friends. I don't know who I can recommend this to that isn't already on this podcast.
Yeah. You think Mr. Cat's boyfriend guy wouldn't like it?
I think he would not like it.
Would he be offended?
I think, first of all, I think he might be offended. Second of all, I think I might be on some thin ice with him after Funny Games.
Well, I mean that is boring.
He was not. I reeled him back in. I brought him down from active anger because I had him watch Snakes on a Plane, which he really enjoyed.
Oh.
That did not work on Rob.
No, that is not a good movie either.
How do I like a movie like that and you don't? Come on.
It's because
You're
it's
wrong.
not a movie like that. That's why you like it and I don't.
You're wrong.
It's a movie that's trying to be a movie like that.
No.
But yeah, I'm trying to pick. I'm trying to with him for a while pick winners. I'm trying to pick like definite winners.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
I'm thinking Willy's Wonderland, maybe.
Oh, that's a good one.
Glorious. We're gonna do some horror comedies for a while.
Glorious is a good one too, yeah.
But not this particular horror comedy, which I don't have a lot of faith in outside of this immediate circle. And even Mikey didn't like it as much as I thought he was going to.
Well, he's gonna have to sit next to me and watch it with a cattle prod in my hand then. We'll get him there, Cat. Don't worry about it.
All right. I'll borrow his cattle prod.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, man, I don't know what they were doing here. I really can't get over how fucking long this thing felt. Holy shit.
God, so Rob, did this feel longer than Terrifier 2 to you?
Yes, it did.
It's like almost an hour shorter, but
I will say this, and I have not said this about a movie that I can think of yet. Terrifier 2 is better than this movie.
All right, we did it.
You really got to go that low to fucking tell me that.
I can't think. I haven't said it about a movie yet. I mean, maybe I could think of some, but I haven't said it about a movie yet until now. Terrifier 2 is without a doubt better than Thankskilling 3.
I'll take it.
Well, no shit. I hate how low you're going for it, though. Like, what the hell is that?
I can name some other movies. Hold on, because it's on my list for the year. This whole show has devolved. It's impossible to talk about this movie, though. It's just, you can't do it. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm pretty much, I've exhausted, I've scraped at the bottom of the barrel. I've come up with as much smart commentary as I can.
Yeah.
I'm ready to cut to ratings anytime.
Also worse than Terrifier 2. Are you guys ready?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Sharkula.
Oh.
The to-be original Toe.
Okay.
Shark Side of the Moon.
What?
Yeah, that one's bad.
Okay, so here's the thing. I like Terrifier 2. I also have it above Sharks of the Moon, but I had a blast watching Shark Side of the Moon.
Monsters in the Closet. Pray for the Devil.
That movie you were so interested in seeing?
Oh my god, it was so bad. So fucking bad. Requiem for a Scream.
Okay.
The Requine.
Fair.
Bring It On, Cheer or Die. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh wow. Nice.
So I have Terrifier 2 currently ranked 47th of the year out of 56.
Cat.
Wow.
You know, if we ever do the him and Greg versus me and you with the whole Terrifier Halloween Ends thing, All we have to do is bring up that he said Texas Chainsaw is worse than Terrifier. They'll be all over each other.
Yeah, Greg's just gonna take care of this himself, I think.
Oh, no, this movie is spectacularly bad. I am equal parts pissed at Chris and also in a way kind of impressed.
I am kind of impressed.
Yeah. I did not expect this.
I honestly expected Feast 3 with turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
And I was blindsided. I know Chris didn't make us watch. You and I voluntarily watched the first one.
I'm glad I watched the first one.
I was surprised by that one, and then I think it made this one hurt a little bit more, but I don't think this was as bad as Feast. It was bad in a different kind of way, I think is the problem. Because it was more boring.
That's fair.
Feast 3 is better than this.
Yeah, but this one hurt more because I liked I liked Thankskilling more than I liked Feast.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh.
I'll tell you what. There were a couple of aspects of this movie where they did stuff right, though.
Were there?
Yeah. I feel like
I can't wait to hear this.
The puppeteering was good?
Yeah, the puppeteering was good in some spots, sure.
Holy fuck. All right.
Yeah, some of it was meant to be bad, so it's hard to give it that as a whole. The EDM music crap playing like when the grandmother died, which looked terrible. The grandmother was just like, what are you doing? But that scene afterwards where the EDM music is playing during all that chaos.
Mm-hmm.
That looked cool. This didn't seem like the type of movie for it.
No, this is the type of movie for everything because it's not the type of movie for anything. You know what I mean? Like they just do whatever they wanted and it didn't matter.
They did everything in this movie. Like they just tried it all.
Yeah. And none of it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm out. I got nothing else to say about this movie. It's Chris, your goal was to crush my spirit and you did it.
That 8-bit stuff was kind of cool too.
Oh,
but
I will say I was impressed with how that was done. I didn't want to be watching it.
Yeah.
But like they did good.
Like where did it come? Like the only thing I could think of is they were like, all right, this is gonna look like shit. Like we have two giant turkey puppets and we gotta make them fight. It's gonna look like shit. But
I would have rather watched two giant turkey puppets that look like shit fight. See, that sounds entertaining to me.
Well, no. Hold on. No, that doesn't sound entertaining. But it like all it did in the little cartoon thing was cut the damn thing's head off anyway. Like it's literally all it was. So it's like you could have had them do that and worked around it. So I don't know. And again, it looked cool, it looked good, but it just made no fucking sense.
Are you guys ready for some ratings?
Yeah, I'm out. I can't anymore. I can only say this is terrible so many ways.
Rotten Tomatoes. Unfortunately, there were not enough critic reviews to give it a critic ranking. There are only 2 reviews of Thankskilling 3, but the audience score is 29%.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too high.
The IMDb score has it at 2.8 out of 10.
Way too high.
As for reviews, I loaded up a couple extra. First of all, because I had a feeling we were going to have a tough time talking about this movie, but also because there were a lot of excellent, like, one-line scathing criticism reviews, and those are always my favorite. I did try to find it. There are only... do I still have the number up? There are only 23 reviews on IMDb. This is like the lowest amount of reviews I've ever had to search through for something. I looked through all of them. And I did find a 10 out of 10, which I was not expecting. I found
That's the director's mom.
I found one 8 out of 10 and one 9 out of 10. Usually I take the 10 out of 10, but I did take the 9 out of 10 because it was the best review. Thankskilling 3 is a masterful dive into the human psyche. Imagine, if you will, an absurdist epic, the likes of Ben-Hur. Truly, it is a unique experience, a true palate cleanser and spiritual experience. There is also a puppet I wanted to fornicate with. 9.18 out of 10.
All right, fuck that guy.
The hell?
Yeah.
And we you guys know, if there's one thing I will not tolerate and I stand against, it's puppet fucking.
Yeah, you canceled Scott Coffin over that.
Yeah. Went after the Five Nights at Freddy's guy, and I will go after this review writing guy too. You do not fuck puppets.
He didn't. He just wanted to.
We didn't know if he fucked the puppets either, the Five Nights guy. You assumed he's fucking the puppets.
I think he fucked them puppets.
That's one of my funniest bits, man. I'm not gonna lie out here. I'm not gonna lie.
So, and now we get to the bad ones. They were mostly bad. 4 out of 10. Not enough hot dogs. I would have given this a higher rating if there were more hot dogs.
Me too.
Beautiful. 1 out of 10. Entirely different from the original. Having watched the original Thankskilling and almost immediately watched its sequel, can tell they are both entirely different. I watched this on Tubi, thankfully not worth paying for. Thankskilling 3 isn't like the original in any way, and it tries for more in being funny, yet ends up being disturbing, cringe, and awkward, as well as completely forced. The film is about 30 minutes longer than the original, with only half the story. Nothing about the film was funny. The puppets were creepy, mainly the grandma puppet, overly annoying, and just plain bad. Also, these puppets seem to have a lot more screen time than Turkey, which is a major downgrade. The director obviously tried doing something different with the sequel instead of sticking to the formula as the original, which made people like it, and it ended up being a huge mess. Perhaps the original was a fluke and only meant to be a one-time thing. Overall, this film is so boring that it doesn't fall into the so bad it's good category. It is just bad.
Agreed.
Which I think sums it up pretty well.
Yes.
And it leads into the next review very well, which is titled So Bad It's Bad.
Okay.
There are so many movies out there that are so bad they're good. The first Thankskilling was one such movie. It was terrible, but it was that terribleness that made it very enjoyable. However, this movie does not fit into that category. It tries too hard at everything and ends up falling flat. You'll likely want to turn off the movie when you realize just how much movie is left once you've had enough. Not enjoyable at all. The movie is full of puppets and an out there plot. And then he does spend a paragraph summarizing the plot, but we've already seen it. I watched this movie under the premise that it would be like the first one, but what I was treated to had no redeeming factor and transcended so bad it's good to reach so bad it is physically painful.
Agreed.
This one just says, gave it a fair chance, made it halfway through before we turned it off.
Amen. I wish I could have done that.
We all kind of wish we could have done that. I made it about halfway through this movie, hoping it would turn around, and it didn't. The movie felt like someone baking cakes. The first cake was decent enough and tasted not all that bad. Then the second cake comes along, and they try the coolest different cake of all time by dumping any and all ingredients from the fridge, like batter and ketchup, mustard, onions, burned pancakes, raw beef, rotten bananas, sour oranges, ice cream, brown guacamole, and hot sauce. The point I'm trying to make is that Thankskilling 3, was all over the place and as watchable as the second cake would be edible.
What the fuck is in this person's fridge? Jesus Christ, clean your fridge out, you nasty bastard. You got burnt pancakes in your fridge?
Burnt pancakes.
You know when you burn
right
a pancake and you just dump it in the fridge?
Yeah. What, they don't own a garbage can? What the hell? But I agree with the sentiment.
There's certain things that people like burnt. Cat likes her steaks burnt.
Yeah.
The pancakes, nobody likes burnt pancakes.
No.
1 out of 10. This story is about an evil turkey creature hunting for a lost videotape. There are lots of weird alien creatures all the way through, along with tons of bad taste humor that just isn't appealing at all. The special effects are amateurish, to say the least, but you get the impression that the guys shooting it thought that this was hilarious. They were wrong. It isn't.
Amen.
2 out of 10. It's not very good. They almost tried, and I really would have preferred if they hadn't. It's not good, and it doesn't manage to be so bad it's funny.
Agreed. I feel like this really tarnishes the first movie, and I hate that.
Yeah.
The first movie wasn't that good.
The first movie is pretty good, Mikey.
No.
1 out of 10. This movie sucks. This movie had 10 times the budget of the original, but it seems that they spent all of that money on puppets. And the first one had a bunch of charm to it, but this is just so garbage. I can't describe it. There were a few screens that would have made me laugh if I hadn't wanted to blow my brains out every other minute of this long goddamn movie.
Yeah.
So the original, Mikey, by the way, on Rotten Tomatoes, no critic score because not enough critics. Like, it actually has 0 reviews
because it's dog shit.
Wow.
But it does have an audience score of 42%.
That's a huge improvement.
Yeah. And the IMDb score, I can't find. Why can't I find it? There has to be an IMDb score. 4.1.
Yeah.
So it is much better than the sequel, I'm saying.
Okay. Well, Feast 2 has 29%. You agree with that one too?
No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. More. I don't want to read the whole thing, but it did bring up an interesting point that I wanted to get to.
All right.
It's from one of the people that helped finance the movie on Kickstarter.
Okay.
Which was amazing because I did not know that this was a project that had been funded on Kickstarter.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up in trivia, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it in one of the other reviews where it was like, I can't imagine being one of the people who funded this. And I was like, yeah, I don't think there were that many people funding this, but I was wrong. Here is one of the people.
Can you ask for a refund on Kickstarter?
I was just wondering about that.
God damn it, I want my money back.
I was one of the people who helped finance this movie at Kickstarter because I loved the original Thankskilling so much. It was a cheesy horror comedy spoof about a killer turkey. It was low budget and simple, and that's what was so great about it. I heard they were doing a sequel, so I was stoked and wanted to help. Throughout the year, they've given us hints and clues as to what the sequel would be about. As hinted at the end of the original, it was going to take place in space. I figured it would be like Leprechaun 4 or Jason X to have turkey killing people on a space station. This was far from that.
Way different.
Can you imagine funding a sequel, seeing Thankskilling, putting your money toward a second one? They tell you that it's going to be in space, and then this is what they give you.
Right.
Like, I have so much empathy for this guy, and I think he did give it a 2 out of 10, but I feel like that was a very reserved review.
I am so upset we didn't get turkey killing people on a space station.
It would have been so much better.
Yeah. That's all we needed.
I didn't know that was a thing I needed until recently, and now I'm sad. I feel robbed of something.
Right. I don't know. I mean, it is heartbreaking to see somebody lay the groundwork with such a great movie like Thankskilling, and then come up with this as a sequel.
This hurt a little bit. It's the 1-2 punch of like the hope from Thankskilling, and then the full watching of Thankskilling 3.
Why do you guys talk so highly about that first goddamn movie?
I really, really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it.
I would like to point out too, speaking of that, Chris made us watch Thankskilling 3. Like, he could have easily said Thankskilling 1. It would not have changed the voting at all. And he knows that.
Yeah, but he knows we would have liked it.
But he knows you would have liked it.
He knows that if we watch the third one, we're going to watch all of them anyway. At least Rob and I are going to.
Yeah. So,
he's got a captive audience if he's got.
Is that for your reviews, Kat?
That is it for my reviews.
Okay. For trivia, I don't have a lot because there's not a lot, but I will say the original Thankskilling was made for literally like $3,500. It was something in that range. And a lot of times when you see a low budget movie like that, and it's good, you think, man, I wonder what would happen if they gave these guys a budget, right? Well, now we know.
Not have done that.
Yeah, we should have not given them any money. They kickstarted Thankskilling 3, and they ended up raising an estimated $112,000 to make the movie.
Yikes.
Yeah. And then the only other trivia is that this was marketed, and indeed it was marketed as such because it is as such as the first film to skip its own sequel.
Yeah, that's a hell of a feat.
I would be like, I would be in support of them skipping the sequels if this is what the sequels are going to be like. But the one that they skipped would have been better.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, there is something here. The original Thankskilling was shot in 11 days. Thankskilling 3 took over 50 days to shoot.
Oh my God.
So you give these guys resources and time, and they just ruin everything.
That's usually how it goes, though, isn't it?
Yeah, just awful.
Can you imagine? Oh, here's kind of a fun thing, though. Fun? It did come out on November 13th, which is the day that we're recording this on.
Holy shit.
It's like a perfect oh my God, it's the 10-year anniversary of the release date of Thankskilling 3, guys.
Oh my God. We should all celebrate.
Do we have to name this an anniversary episode now? What the fuck? Look, I'll say this too. I'm talking better about Thankskilling 3 than I am about the original one. They use that money, man. You got to give them that. They might have, what they put together was shit, but man, it looked crisp, it looked clean, it looked professional. They got a lot done with that money.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the first one.
No.
No, he's talking about this bullshit movie.
Okay, it is a bullshit movie. I agree with you there, but you got to admit, for what they have, 100-something thousand, they got a lot done, man. Sets and all that.
But the first one looked pretty good too, and they had 32 times the budget to make this one.
I agree.
And the first one, like, especially the scene where the guy's guts are like spilling out and stuff, it's one of those things where it's like the special effects weren't great, but you could just see the love that went into making those guts out of nothing.
Of it. Yeah.
Like I think there was I like movies like that with the very charming shoestring budget effects. Like,
Agree to disagree that the effects weren't great, but okay.
The clip art turkey, like, it just made me happy.
I'm just saying they got a lot done with the money that they had in that woman. Like that scene where she's like looking down into hell, the puppet, and like it looked cool as fuck. It looked great. It made no sense either way, but it still looked great. You know, that cost money. They got a lot
I feel
done.
like they wasted $112,000.
They used it incorrectly. You are 100% right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, they spent, how much money do puppets cost? I don't even fucking know, but I feel like you
Puppets
can
are
get
expensive.
you could get people cheaper than puppets, probably.
Here's the thing that really baffles me, because it's
this
like
could have just been people.
It's really expensive. They could have been people, which would have solved a lot of problems. It's really expensive to get puppets made. They went to a puppet school, though. They had students make the puppets.
The puppets, I mean,
because that was in the credits. Like, they thanked the puppet school, and they had like which student made which puppet. And so it's like, I know, even though I'm sure puppets are like outrageously expensive for this kind of thing, I know that's not where the budget went.
Imagine you go to puppet school and they're like, we're going to use one of your puppets in a movie. And you're all excited. And then you see the movie. You got to be calling them like, can you take my name out the credits? Can we do this like a porn thing where I just make a fake name?
Puppets made by this person, except Rob.
Yeah. You just put my name in there. Is Johnny Longwood or something?
I imagine a lot of the good ratings on IMDb came from like the parents of the puppet makers.
Oh, yeah. That makes
where they're
sense.
like showing this off at holidays. Like, look, here's my 2 minutes of puppet time.
How about which is worse, backing this movie, Thankskilling 3, or backing Don't Fuck in the Woods 2?
Oh, this movie. I ain't even seen Don't Fuck in the Woods 2. I didn't know there was a Don't Fuck in the Woods 2, but I know this movie.
It's gotta be
this is one of the worst things I have ever seen.
This might be better than Don't Fuck in the Woods 1, though.
I don't know.
That's bad.
It was bad. It was bad. I remember seeing it and being like, I didn't like it, but I don't remember it that well. Something tells me I'm never going to forget this fucking movie.
Well,
I already feel like I've forgotten it. Like I haven't forgotten the experience of watching it. That's going to linger. I agree. But I've already forgotten so much of how like we got from point A to point B, because it was so long and I don't remember any plot justifying that kind of length.
No, give it a
like, where did
rewatch
that
and see what
time
you
go?
Like that scene where the giant Franken turkey or whatever chasing like, dude, that looked fucking cool as hell. Like, they did such a good job in that moment.
Dude, I think you like this movie.
No, I don't like this movie.
You keep praising it.
I'm frustrated with the amount of effort and money and whatever. Like, dude, if they were able to accomplish what they accomplished visually and certain things with this movie and the money that they had, they could have made something great. They didn't.
They could have, but they
could've.
didn't. They didn't focus their efforts on like a fucking script.
Right. You're right.
Did the writer quit from the first one? Like,
right.
When she got out of that oven thing from that little hell scene, there was still 35 minutes left.
Oh my
I
God.
was in shock.
See, like, I
couldn't
don't
believe
remember anything that happens in that time.
It's amazing.
So bad.
Well, Chris, congratulations.
We're gonna kill you.
You can't threaten to kill a listener.
He just did.
Even if it's a patron?
No,
I would
even
say
if-
especially if it's a patron, right?
Well, what's
We
the
need
point of
money.
having patrons?
Their lives? Wow. All right, let's get to Portnoy's. This should be interesting.
All right.
Oh.
Does anyone have a
Shit.
Portnoy ready for this?
I've got one ready.
You want to go
What's your
first?
Portnoy?
I'm gonna. There is a precedent for this, but it's the
Holy
first
shit.
time I've ever done it. This is a 0.0.
No
Oh,
way.
wow.
Really?
Fuck this movie.
Whoa.
Wow.
Rob, come on. It's not that bad.
There's nothing redeemable in this movie. Nothing. Even those astronaut boobs couldn't make me like this movie.
No, they weren't that good. No.
No. I'm done with 0.0.
Wow.
I got nothing for it. There's nothing in it.
He said I got nothing for it. Wow, man. Okay. This is a weird one to.
It's a challenging Portnoy, I
It
feel like.
is.
I
Not
found
for
it
Rob.
very easy. I think it's funny that you guys are finding it challenging. There is nothing good in this movie. Nothing.
I think well, for a long time, I didn't know that we were going all the way to 0, so my baseline's a little bit higher. I feel like it gets some points just for not actively offending me.
I was offended by it.
Like, its biggest offense is just wasting my time. But like, I don't know. I feel almost bad rating it higher than like rating it lower than Seed of Chucky, which did actively offend me.
Yeah, but it's
that
a
had
better
Jennifer
movie.
Tilly in it.
And John Waters.
I was looking at Passport Noise too, Kat, because I feel guilty doing that too. Well, I gave Jack Frost a 2.
You gave my favorite movie a 2?
Yeah, Kat gave it a 10. I gave it a
The
2.
fuck?
This is far and away worse than Jack Frost. Jack Frost is great.
Yeah, you have to raise your score for Jack Frost just to get this far enough below Jack Frost.
It's possible.
It's better than Jack Frost to me.
I'm gonna give it a
Get the
point.
fuck out of here. Better than Jack Frost.
Yeah.
Jack Frost makes sense. It has a story.
Jack
It's not
Frost
just
is
bullshit after bullshit.
No, that's dumb.
I'm gonna give it a 0.6. It
What?
I'm gonna give it a 0.6.
I'm kind of mad because I think it's too high.
It's better than Feast 2 by a little bit, because I was less appalled watching this, although it did feel longer. But I'm gonna give it a 0.5 because it's a little bit higher than Feast 2. I can't. It doesn't have Jennifer Tilly. It might not have offended me as actively as Seed of Chucky, but if they had gotten Jennifer Tilly to be a puppet, it could have been a 1. It could have gotten all the way up to a 1, and it didn't.
The puppet work in Seed of Chucky's better than in this movie.
I think that they maneuvered puppets pretty well sometimes.
And the puppets made sense in Seed of Chucky.
And nobody was fucking them.
Yeah.
Don Mancini wouldn't let anybody fuck those
No,
puppets.
no. Don Mancini's a man of honor. He understands you don't fuck a puppet.
Absolutely.
Get him on the phone so we can ask him. I guarantee you he'll say no, we don't fuck the puppet.
I guarantee he'll say, "What the fuck are you
He'll
calling me at
hang
3
up.
in the morning about fucking puppets?" Oh man. All right, guys. Enough is enough here. You're both being ridiculous.
I really think I'm being generous.
You're being way generous, Kat.
0.6 is way generous.
I think a 1 would have been like too generous. Yeah,
I'm not kidding. This is the worst movie I have ever seen, and I've seen some bad fucking movies.
There's no way it's that bad, dude.
It is that bad. It is. This movie is. Kat says this movie didn't offend her, but it offended me as a human being.
You're out of your mind. I'm gonna give this a 2.2.
You're fucking crazy. That is insane.
I'm giving it a 2.2, man. Look,
when
you
gonna
like
buy
this
your
more than
Thankskilling
Book of
3
Shadows?
shirt? You gave it more than Kiss Meets Phantom of the Park.
Oh, I gave it 2.2 more than Kiss Meets.
And
Phantom
Kiss
of the
Meets
Park.
Phantom of the Park is at least fun.
No, it's not fun at all.
And that's more than Jack Frost, also.
Yes.
Are you telling me you'd rather watch this than Jack Frost?
Yeah, because Jack Frost was boring too.
No,
like Jack
fuck
Frost.
you. Jack Frost is fucking amazing.
Look, okay. See the.
You're gonna
this doesn't have
actually make
Shannon
that my
Elizabeth
favorite
in it.
movie just out of spite.
Look, I'm not thrilled about this damn movie either, man. But you know
Seems
what?
like you like it.
I like it. If I'm watching it as a movie, at least I can point to things. Like I was able to bring up stuff that I thought they did well. And I don't think Jack Frost did enough well as, although maybe the in-betweens might be a little bit better, but we're talking marginal. They did
You're
a
out
lot.
of your goddamn mind.
I'm serious, man. They had there was a couple of scenes where I sat there, I was like, oh, okay, that's actually kind of cool. But the problem is before it and after it is bullshit. Immediate.
This might be the episode that ends the show.
It might be. That's a full 2 points higher than Sharks of the Corn.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you understand this?
Sharks of the Corn is a better movie than this.
Sharks of the Corn is the second worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Yes, I mean that.
Yeah, and this is the worst.
No. Kiss Meets the whatever the hell. is the
No,
worst.
Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park is a good movie.
Also,
it has Kiss music in it, for God's sake. Not granny rapping puppet fucking thing.
It's also 0.9 higher than you gave Santa Jaws.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd watch this over Santa Jaws all day.
Unbelievable.
Worst movie I have ever seen. Absolutely terrible.
I will say, I do prefer this to Poultrygeist.
I don't give him any ideas, Kat. Come on.
What?
Me too.
Sorry.
Easy.
But it's not. This is not the worst movie I've ever seen.
Man.
Now
Here
I'm
we
thinking
are.
about some of the worst movies I've seen. Poultrygeist is pretty low.
Yeah.
Veronica. Veronica might be worse than this.
God damn.
This is not good.
No. We did it. We survived it.
Barely.
You know what? Do you guys want to give Thanksgiving 1 a Portnoy while we're here? We all just watched it.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a
Ooh.
double port. This is a first.
Yeah, I didn't think about a Portnoy for that. Somebody else
Oh,
go. I
shit.
got to think on it for a minute.
Okay.
So are we doing? Is this going to be a triple Portnoy? Does it get a B movie score? I think it gets a very high B movie score.
You think
Which
we gotta
one?
do it?
Thankskilling.
Oh,
Rob
okay.
got bad.
I was gonna say, because even as a B movie, Thankskilling 3
No.
still gets a 0.0.
It still
God,
gets a
man,
0.6 from me. Like it's
All right,
exactly
let's
the
do
same.
that. Just to
But,
stack
like,
numbers for this
yeah.
Portnoy record. Yeah, might as well. All right.
I think Thankskilling as God. I feel like I'm gonna give it a score that's just unreasonably high, and I don't want to do that.
Please don't do
But
that.
it's so good in comparison to Thankskilling 3 that I just want to be generous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I give Thanksgiving 2 a higher score than I give Thanksgiving 3, and it doesn't even exist.
I'll give it a lot of points for not existing, even at this point. Okay.
Do you want me to go
Thanks-
first, Kat?
Oh yeah, you can go
Okay.
first.
Give you a little time to ponder because I have a number and it's in my head and it keeps blinking at me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go for a regular movie, not a B movie scale. I'll go like a 2.8.
Too low.
very much too low in comparison to Thankskilling 3.
Yeah, I'll give it 2.9. 2.9
All right.
gel on that.
All right.
2.9.
Still
That's
low.
it. As high as it's getting. B movie. I don't know. I'll give it a 3.5. That's it. Yeah, I told you guys, like I don't see the fascination with this thing. It was better than that one, but yeah.
I think where I've settled, because my issue is that I have kind of like a range, but taking in that it's also getting a B movie score, I'm gonna give Thankskilling a 5.4.
B movie or
no?
Holy shit. Okay.
I had multiple laugh out loud moments. Like
Right.
it loses a lot of points for all the stuff that I talked about before. And speaking of which, as like a B movie, oh god, I want to put it somewhere at like a 7 something. I think
it's for lore.
I haven't quite landed on it because again, laugh out loud funny. The special effects, perfect.
Okay.
Those are the effects that I want from a B movie. And it's short. I'm not saying all B movies need to be that short, like under 90 minutes, but I appreciate one that's like, we have 1 hour and 8 minutes worth of content, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like they didn't stretch it out, not a lot of filler. They knew what they were about, and I appreciate the hell out of that.
Yeah.
You're talking all that shit about this, Rob. Come on now.
No, I'm not as high on a regular movie score as Cat is.
Oh, okay.
I give it as a regular movie, I give Thankskilling a 4.4.
Okay.
As a B movie, however, I give it an 8.1.
Wow.
It knocks it out of the park. I love it as a B movie, and it is one that I may be purchasing.
Wow.
What the fuck is going on here?
Because as a movie, just looking at it sort of critically as just a film, no, it's not very good. But as a
here's the
B
thing.
movie, it crushes it.
Like, because a lot of my 5s are just movies that bored me, and it's like I was not bored at all. You know, like it's got to be
No,
above average.
No, if a movie bores me, it gets a much lower score. Because that to me is one of the biggest sins a movie can commit, is just being boring.
See, to me, there are a lot of ways to offend me.
I don't offend easily.
And those are usually the movies that and this one, strangely enough, kind of did, but in such an entertaining way that I almost have to forgive it.
Yeah, I mean there's quite a bit of offensive stuff in that one, but it is yeah, I mean as a B movie, like see, and that's the thing too, like stuff that would offend would normally be offensive or whatever, as a B movie I kind of look past that because that's kind of part of what a B movie is in a way, right?
That was the characters they were playing.
Yeah.
In the time that they were existing.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's what gives it kind of that pass you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
So anyway, you can see why I was so disappointed with Thankskilling 3, because I thought so highly of the original.
You are out of your mind. I was thinking about raising my B score a little bit, and you just ruined it. I don't even want to do it no more.
Your B score is insane.
You're just being stubborn, Mikey.
I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You're just trying to be different and difficult. I know you love that movie. You're gonna fire it up again when we get done.
No, I'm not. You know what though? I am feeling a little bit of guilty. Like Kat did tug on my heartstrings a little bit with the effects.
I really liked the effects. They tried so hard, and they had less than $4,000 to make the whole fucking movie, and they tried.
You know what?
You know?
All right, fine. Kat did it. I'm gonna raise my score a little bit. I'm gonna go with 3.4 and a 4.4 for B movie.
Nice.
That's it.
I think the special effects earned it. I think that's fair.
That's it. That's all. Yeah, the effects. You're right. They deserve more than that alone. You're right. So that's it. We gave 3 Portnoys tonight.
We gave 3 Portnoys.
Jesus Christ. And that's it. That's Patreon pick. Chris, you're a butthole, but we still love you somehow.
Speak for yourself.
thank you everybody else too who voted and submitted a movie. And there's only one winner every month, although there is 2 winners this month.
There were no winners this month.
There's -1 winner because you have to count all of us as like big losers for watching this, I think.
But they get another swing. Okay, guys, now you guys did what you did this week. You all voted the way you voted and picked the way you picked. You were mean, but we're going into the holiday season. You're going to be getting another one in a couple weeks since we were late on this one. Let's do nice this time. All right?
Yeah. Why don't you try nominating something, Leah?
Leave me alone.
Step up.
Holy shit, you're like harassing Leah. What are you doing?
I don't know. Maybe your lemonade buddy Domi can get in with something too. Maybe.
Yeah.
I just saw a reply from EyeRChris in this thread that says, I fear I'm about to be blocked by Kat, her friend co-host, and the other business associate. And it's like, I don't think he was afraid enough when he nominated this. I genuinely don't. I think if that was a fear that he had.
Does he have us bugged or something? How does he even
he knew all along.
Yeah, but like
everybody knew. Everybody who voted for it knew too. Greg was on his TikTok earlier laughing about
bragging.
Yeah.
Bragging, Kat.
I hope you're proud of yourself, Greg.
He literally when we were both getting off to record, Rob told him we gotta go record, and he was like, right away.
Yeah.
They gotta watch Thanksgiving. It's like we got pointed at and laughed at on the playground, me and you.
I
Rob.
might call Terrifier 2 the best movie of the year just to piss him off.
I hope it wins.
I have that sound clip forever now, so that's fine with me. Yeah, he was like, we were in the playground getting laughed at, bullied in Greg's TikTok.
Unbelievable.
But if anybody else wants to get in on this fun and chaos and all this that was brought to you by the Slasher Radio Patreon, go check it out at patreon.com/Slasher Radio. Tier starters.
Unless you're an asshole. We got enough of those.
No assholes allowed?
That's right. I mean, I'll take your money, but you're not allowed to vote.
This is exactly how it doesn't work.
That's kind of the new Twitter system, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't get me started on that.
We're calling it the Musk rule.
Mad as hell at fucking Twitter. Get rid of the stupid thing I didn't know. I forgot my train. Oh yeah, go check out the Patreon. At least give it a look, guys. If you're thinking about join. You get a ton of extra content. There's giveaways and all this stuff exclusive to the Patreon. Early access, extra access, all that bullshit. Go check it out. At least look if you're considering it. See what you get. Maybe that'll help make up your mind. At Slasher Radio on Twitter. Check out all of our articles, episodes, interviews at slasherradio.com. And you can follow me at Mikey's Dead. That On the Slab horror show that I was on came out, by the way.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
We talked about you.
You gotta talk about me for?
You came up. It's a very interesting conversation. It was a lot of fun. We just pretty much talked horror, like random stuff. A lot of Terrifier, a lot of Halloween Ends. On the Slab horror show. You can check them out on YouTube.
Horror podcasts, come invite me on. I won't insult the thing, and that's my promise.
They invited Rob on.
Who did?
Horror Slab.
I didn't see that.
Well, it was on the show that they told me that you can come. For better or worse, you'll see.
All right. I'll
invite me on. I also won't pick Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. So.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be making fun of Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. I won't pick The Prowler to any horror shows that want to have me on.
Both shit movies. Don't listen to either of them. Rob, where they find you?
I am on Twitter at RadioRob123, and you can listen to my other show, This Horror Life, wherever you are listening to Slasher Radio, and you can listen to me and Kat fight there.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's always fun listening to you fight. Kat, where they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at cat_velour, VOLEUR. You can also check out my website when Twitter goes to hell. It's catvelour.com.
Oh yeah, guys, don't forget, if Twitter does go to hell, which it is, and we all switch to Space Hey, don't forget, I'm at Space Hey /Radio Rob 123 over
That is not funny.
I am at Space Hey Radio Rob 321.
I'm just gonna start at OnlyFans.
I will subscribe. I'll just let you know right now.
This be me with my dick out wearing Crocs.
Is that the name of the? Is that like the account name?
Yep, my dick and Crocs is the account name.
I feel like that's taken. You know what, man?
It probably is. There's probably some son of a bitch right out there now, hanging brain and wearing Crocs.
You know what? That doesn't sound as bad as where Twitter's been going lately. To be honest with you. Holy shit. Come check us out next week, guys. Good night from Slasher Radio.
All the best of Slasher Radio podcast.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.